Hello everyone, my name is Harshika and I am pursuing law from Amity University, Mumbai. Currently, I am the content and editorial board member at the Amicus Curie. Today, I will be discussing on the topic difference between Schedule 5 and Schedule 7 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. So, before entering into the topic, I would like to discuss about what is ADR. ADR is a term for describing process of resolving civil disputes in place of litigation and includes negotiation, mediation, conciliation and arbitration. As the name suggests, it refers to an alternate way of settling the disputes with the person or the corporate entity might face. Now, moving further, I would be discussing about the essentials for being appointed as an arbitrator. So, here I would like to discuss about the arbitrator, who is the third party involved in resolving the disputes through the process of arbitration. There are some criteria which are needed to be fulfilled in order to appoint any person as an arbitrator. And these criteria have been mentioned here. So, by the amendment in Arbitration and Conciliation Act in 2015, a special provision was inserted, which is according to Section 12 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 2015. This section mainly discusses about the appointment of an arbitrator. So, Schedule 5 and Schedule 7 is needed to be read with the Section 12, Clause 1, Subclause B and Section 12, Clause 5 or of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act respectively. So, Schedule 5 discusses about the conditions under which an arbitrator's independence and neutrality can be questioned, whereas Schedule 7 discusses about the categories, which says that if any person falls under those categories, then that person shall be ineligible for appointed as an arbitrator. So, here are the 6 categories which had been mentioned under Schedule 5, and Schedule 5 has the broader concept than Schedule 7. So under these conditions, if any arbitrator is falling and if any award of the arbitrator is pronounced by the arbitrator, then that is considered and doubted, that arbitrator is doubted on its impartiality and independence. Whereas the above three mentioned heads, which is arbitrator's relationship with the parties or counsel, relationship of the arbitrator to the dispute, and arbitrator's direct and indirect relation to the dispute, these three heads had been discussed under Schedule 7, which says if any arbitrator is needed to be appointed, then these conditions should not be there, which means that the arbitrator's relationship with the parties or counsel should not be there. There should not be relation of the arbitrator with the dispute or arbitrator's direct or indirect relation with the dispute, like its personal interest in the dispute. Now, moving further with the case laws. There are certain case laws, landmark case laws under this topic. So first case is Haryana PWD Haryana branch versus GF Toll Road Private Limited. According to this case, it had been stated that according to entry 1, which can be seen in Schedule 5 and Schedule 7, it can be clearly understood that the person who falls under that category cannot be appointed as an arbitrator. It had been held in this case. Now, second case, which is Bharat Broadband Network Limited versus United Telecoms Limited. Here, it had been held by the court that the person who is appointed as the managing director of the company cannot be appointed as an arbitrator and is de jure has inability to perform the duty. So, as it had been already stated earlier that the person who has any relations with the party earlier or with the case which had been dealt by the same arbitrator earlier, that person cannot be appointed as an arbitrator. Now, here is the third case, which is Rajasthan Small Industries Corporation Limited versus Ganesh Containers Movers Syndicate, which is 2019 judgment. Here, the amended section, which is Section 12, Clause 5 of the Act, will have the prospective effect and not the retrospective effect. And as per that, it cannot challenge the appointment of arbitrator. So, here the court held that if any judgment had been passed prior the amendment of 2015 of Arbitration and Conciliation Act, then that award cannot be challenged as this had been decided in this case. Now, the last case, which is Voestalpine case, famously known as Voestalpine case. Here, it had been held by the court that if the person falls under Schedule 7 of the Act, then that person is ineligible to be appointed as an arbitrator, as it had been stated in Schedule 7 itself. So, court has decided this in this case. Thank you.